Hello everyone. In this episode, we'll talk about the embeddings. Okay, so let me share the code. So when the RAG tries to retrieve documents, typically the large amount of documents are embedded and stored somewhere like ChromaDB, and then the query also gets embedded and then compares the queries embedding with the stored document embeddings and finds the closest one. Okay, so there are a couple of different embeddings, but here, um, so let's give me access to my OpenAI. Okay, so it's loading the long chain. So the embeddings are basically a distance between two vectors, in our case, the embeddings. And there are two different models, the text embeddings, three small and three large. And you can imagine what they could. In performance and accuracy, they kind of matter. So the large one is more accurate, but it's very large. Okay, so it can take up a lot of computational resources and slow, and it's also costly. Um, so depending on the purpose one could do. In this example, we'll just use the small model. Okay. So how you do it is the OpenAI embeddings of the small model, and I save it here. And now we can basically see how this embeddings are. So one here I use um, basically a simple word dog, and then something that is a bit longer than a word. So these are fairly different, isn't it? These are two different. So it has the embedding looks a bit long, 1536 dimension. And if you want, you can take a look at here. So how do we compare these vectors? One could do several ways like dot product, cross product, but I guess cosine similarity is a common one that we'll use here. Okay, so we make a vector and then analyze the vector length of the vector. Now let's calculate the cosine similarity. So the previous one was 0.16, okay? Uh, and and then the dot product is calculated here. So it's similarity of strings, okay? So um, let's see. A machine that helps people to cut grass and a device with blades to cut plants under it. So that scene sounds like a lawnmower, okay? So, and then compare these two strings. Um, it's like a little bit higher, isn't it? But a device with blades plus under it. So this was 60%, but here a machine that helps people cut grass and vehicle that flies through the air, they have lower embedding and similarities. So you can see that the embeddings once compared, um, um, well, it sort of captures which document has similar content or not. Okay, well, thank you for watching this episode.